Bulaminaka and greetings to you all from Fiji. In 1995, the Beijing Platform for Action aspired to a world where every woman and girl could be free to make her own decisions and enjoy the full expression of her rights as a human being. They include the right to live free from violence, the right to go to school, the right to participate fully in decisions that affect her life and her community, and the right to earn equal pay for work of equal value. It is a sad testament to the human condition that we are still struggling to practically secure those rights around the world. The second-class status of women is deeply ingrained in many societies, and it takes time and effort to root it out. It takes education and persuasion. It takes example. It takes law, and it takes enforcement of the law. It is not easy to break down cultural norms, but it can be done. And it is being done around the world and in Fiji. Government leadership must work hand in hand with engagement by civil society. The organizations that are concerned with education, with health, with justice and social welfare have a huge role to play, as do the religious organizations. The equality and advancement of women benefits all of us. All of society gains when the experiences of women and the concerns of women are intricately woven into the decisions we make, whether as individuals or as a people. All of society loses when the talents of one half of the population are undervalued and underutilized. And all of society loses when one half of the population lives in fear of violent attack or early death in childbirth, or simply that their accomplishments and character will be disregarded. Excellencies and distinguished delegates, there is far more work to be done in Fiji, but we have made important gains over the past 25 years in education, in maternal mortality, access to health services, women's representation in leadership positions, and participation in Parliament, and increased public awareness and recognition of women's rights. We have enacted progressive legislation and regulatory frameworks, and my government in particular has led a relentless effort to end violence against women by changing the laws governing sexual assault to make it easier and safer for women to come forward and feel secure under the law and confident that justice will be delivered, and by speaking out at every opportunity to shame the very notion of violence directed against women and girls. Today, a 15-year-old Fijian girl has more opportunities than ever before. She is more likely to finish secondary school and graduate from university, even more so than her male peers. She is much less likely to live in extreme poverty, and she has a better chance of growing up healthy and pursuing a career of her choice and family of her own making. With more role models to look up to in the leadership in all sectors of our country, this young woman can aspire to great things. Excellencies and distinguished delegates, all children in Fiji attend primary school, with 92% of girls completing secondary school. Female students make up 57% of the graduates of tertiary institutions. Women hold 10 of 51 seats in Parliament, and half of those female parliamentarians serve as ministers or assistant ministers in my government. Almost 30% of leadership positions in the civil service are women. The Sustainable Development Goal, SDG, target for maternal mortality is 70 per 100,000 births. Fiji's maternal mortality rate is 35.6 per 100,000 live births, which is higher than we expect. We do expect that to decline. 99% of pregnant Fijian women receive prenatal care. I am proud to tell you that the 2018 Employment Relations Act has been amended to increase the length of maternity leave and introduce paternity leave so that women can have assistance with child rearing in the home. The 2018 amendment to the Succession, Probate and Administration Act now guarantees inheritance rights to women living in de facto relationships. Excellencies and distinguished delegates, we can take pride in certain achievements, but we cannot rest. We expect steady transformation as more girls in Fijian classrooms and universities translate into more women participating in the formal economy, having greater access to financial resources, and serving as government and business leaders, engineers, entrepreneurs, scientists, and doctors and financiers. The obstacles are familiar and not unique to Fiji. Fijian women and girls are still disproportionately responsible for unpaid care and domestic work and heavily involved in informal economic activities. We are working to improve access to information and services for sexual and reproductive health. And of course, we are in a continuing struggle to end violence against women and girls in Fiji. As part of our larger national development plan, Fiji embarked on a historic mission to develop a 5-year national action plan to prevent violence against all women and girls. We recognize that if we wish to solve a national problem, we must have shared understanding of what causes it that is based on evidence. The National Action Plan will use data and evidence to explain what the root causes of violence against all women and girls are in Fiji, and what additional contributing factors make violence more likely. We are now one of only 2 countries in the world to adopt a whole-of-government inclusive evidence-based approach to preventing violence against women and girls. Excellencies and distinguished delegates, for Fiji, Beijing Plus 25 is a critical opportunity to renew our commitment to the Beijing Declaration, which was reaffirmed by the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. From ridding our societies of the plague of gender-based violence to ensuring gender equitable access to services, resources, assets, markets, good working conditions, technology, and sustainable development, from supporting women entrepreneurs to boosting resilience to natural disasters, to improving the availability and analysis of gender statistics, and from building capacity across government institutions to supporting gender response planning and budgets, Fiji reaffirms its commitment to keep the promises made to women and girls in 1995. We are determined to have an inclusive and equal Fiji, and we won't stop until we get there. I am optimistic because I know we are better focused and better positioned today to consolidate our gains, to reset and adopt transformative approaches, to allocate adequate resources, and to work together with a wide range of partners to deliver true gender equality. Thank you.